Hey, welcome to Game Squad.
Yeah, welcome.
Oh, well, this is nice. So here's what's happening right now. We lost the audio for this. So very shortly, you're probably gonna stop hearing game audio if I decide to even put it in at all, because that got lost midway through the recording session.
Oh, fun.
And I messed up and I didn't even export our talking. So we're overdubbing this, and currently we're just sitting here. We're not even playing a game.
Nah, I am picking away at some dead skin, like the weird creep that I am. And oh god, there's so much.
Dude,
I'll stop doing that.
Welcome to my life, dude. That's my everyday.
Just picking away dead skin.
Well, yeah. I mean, actually, weirdly, not as much anymore. But yeah,
probably because you've gotten the tan and your body's like, okay, I can handle this now.
Yeah, I guess.
Whereas mine was like, you went from pale to being out in the sun for 3 hours.
I still have scarring, like, right there. Either that or cancer. So, one of the two. But probably scarring, because I don't think that's what cancer looks like.
Cancer does not look like that, so... But... Why? Stop! I told you to stop. I stopped. Okay. But no, that looks like it's just...
Scarring. Yeah.
Not cancer.
But, there's a small chance that I could die tomorrow.
I mean, there's a small chance that we could all die tomorrow. So...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's greater because I'm going to kill myself, but I mean...
Fair enough. Good fucking lord.
I'm exporting these videos and scheduling them, and then I'm killing myself.
Goodbye, Jordan. I mean, good lord. I thought that the thread that I tweeted out today probably would have helped, but no.
Nah. Also, way to date this to tomorrow, or to yesterday.
Dude, I think people know at this point. It's fine. It's all good. So...
The awkward moment when I don't actually get this out tomorrow.
This comes out like 3 years from now, and it's just like...
What thread?
He posted a thread talking about chocolate milk yesterday. Is that the one he's talking about? How would that have helped him?
Hey, chocolate milk always helps me.
Hell yeah,
like,
dude.
Seriously, if I'm feeling down, or especially if I'm just like feeling exhausted, I will just drink like a nice glass of chocolate milk.
Nice, dude. See, on the way over here, actually, I went to Royal Farms, as I normally do, to get my pre-recording fix so that we don't have to go out. And they didn't have any chocolate milk in store.
No way.
I was 100% sad and terrified that...
Well, let me tell you, here's a hot tip. Instead, if you want to get some real good chalky milk, go to Wawa. Not only do they have amazing chocolate milk, they have other flavors that are good too.
No, I get that, but I mean they're both Cloveland, so I was hoping, okay, Cloveland, as at both places, hopefully one of them will serve it, and Royal Farms is the one that was closest to me. So.
Is Wawa's Cloveland?
Yeah, they also use Cloveland area.
Gotcha, because I don't think they express that. I think it just says Wawa.
Just the Wawa brand.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they did a deal brand with Cloveland.
Gotcha.
Could be wrong. Could be a local dairy market, and I'm just
Could be.
underselling it. But I'm pretty certain that they did a deal.
That probably makes sense. Well, I mean, enough talking about regional gas station chains.
Hey, convenience store / gas station / restaurant.
Right. Sorry.
There's a difference.
Although I will say, if you live near Royal Farms or a Wawa, go to them because they're fucking incredible.
Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag sellout.
Hashtag please sponsor us.
But we have Pizza Hut.
I could die happy if Wawa sponsored us.
Dude, I would be happy if just one company, period, sponsored us.
You mean other than Pizza Hut, right? Because we got that. We totally have that sweet Pizza Hut deal.
Dude, that sweet Pizza Hut cash money.
Yeah.
Cash money.
Got cash money.
Yeah. So
I mean that's going well for us. We're using that cash money for things and stuff.
Why do I keep picking it? Yeah, things and stuff.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that you just recently got that hopefully we'll be doing some recording on eventually.
Right.
Honestly, wouldn't be I'd be down to do some recording of that stuff right after this.
I was thinking that, actually. I was gonna figure out how to get it set up so that we could.
That's part of the reason why I wanted to come over instead of just doing it online, because I was like...
That's why I was like, you can come over if you want.
That's what I thought. But, yeah, because we were going to record yesterday, and then I woke up at 7 p.m., so obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah. So, I mean, stuff does happen. It does happen.
Yeah.
You know what? We're getting it done. We're putting the videos out. We're giving each other just good old BJs. I mean, what? And, yeah.
Yeah. So, the recent Soccer Spirit video just came out. Did you get the chance to watch that before?
No, I'm not caught up on Soccer Spirit.
You need to catch up on Soccer Spirit. You're missing an awful lot of good shit.
I remember being mildly interested in the series when I did watch it. See, ironic that the one series that's coming out right now
that you're not
is the one that I'm not the one that I'm not caught up with.
Fucking great, dude. But nah, we have some high quality back and forths, Cameron and I. I've been meaning to get another series going with him eventually, but I never actually contact him.
Yeah, I think the important thing first would be to actually do our series with Olivia.
As I've also wanted to do.
She's home.
I've also wanted to do.
So have I.
No.
I think I'm bleeding, by the way. Like, lightly. Like, not to the point where I'm actually, like, dripping blood, but...
It's the damn cancer, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that cancer. And certainly not the fact that my dog scratched up my feet as Michael came in.
No, that's totally not it. You might want to get some Neosporin and either like a long band-aid on it or just wrap it up in some gauze. Some shit like that. That way it doesn't get infected.
Literally a pinprick.
That way it doesn't get infected. Just throw some gauze on that bitch.
Alright. Who out of us two is certified in first aid?
Obviously it's not you. So... It can't be the person who's literally working as a lifeguard. That's impossible.
That wouldn't be it. That wouldn't be it at all. So, I've got to ask you.
Yeah.
Between the three companies, I think I know the answer, but like the three major video game console companies right now.
Yeah.
Which would you say is like...
PC Master Race.
Oh, well, see, I asked consoles, so...
PC is a console. It's got a computer inside of it. It's got the hard drive, the processor, all that good shit. Of the three, like Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft, obviously, just to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
I think after Mario Tennis Aces, I think I'm gonna have to switch over to the Nintendo bandwagon.
Oh, you're actually on Team Nintendo now.
Yeah, I've always.
Were you Sony before that?
I've always liked Sony's games, mainly because Naughty Dog is the boss, and they do some really good shit. And considering that Naughty Dog is almost always a PS exclusive, I have to be behind that.
Yeah.
But no, as of late, I think that Nintendo's been killing it. Their releases have gotten much better. The little indie games that they're now getting sponsors, not sponsors, but like they're starting to...
like third-party stuff?
Yeah, sorry. Third-party stuff that they're starting to show on their like store and all that. I think that they're on the right track. It's Nintendo, so they're going to fuck it up sometime along the line, I'm sure. But for right now, Nintendo, I think, is the ones that are leading the pack, in my mind.
See, what's interesting about Nintendo is that, yeah, they've made some really bad decisions, specifically the entirety of the Wii U.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to remember, Nintendo is the reason that video games are around in the form they are today. Because video games as a whole were pretty dead after the whole Atari. At least, I'll say home video game systems.
Yeah.
After the Atari and that major failure, there was like video game systems where like nobody wanted to get them until they made the NES, which they included with Rob the Robot, which made it so it wasn't a video game console, it was a toy.
Right. And then from there they built off of the mobile gaming, the Game Boy Color, for example, and I think that really solidified video games as a business as soon as the Game Boy Color came out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do think that you would not have video games either in their modern form or in any form without Nintendo. But I don't think that you can really say, okay, that excuses their missteps in the current market. You know?
No, I didn't say that either. I said it's just interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's also their missteps that allowed Sony to become the major powerhouse that it is, considering that they were working on the console together.
What's also interesting about Nintendo, in all of their failings, they've had many successes, especially in the past few years with the Nintendo Switch and pretty much everything involved with the Switch. Mm-hmm. But every time they've gotten something wrong, they were so close to it being a good thing.
Yeah. I think the main reason why I get upset with them is because of their copyright issues, where they're always like, oh, you're doing a video? Oh, okay, cool. It's getting some exposure. Awesome. We're going to ban you from playing this game now. You know, and then
I don't think they do that anymore.
They've been on and off with it, so if they're not doing it right now, just wait a few months and they'll get back on it, I'm sure. But I've always been anti that kind of thinking. I've always been of the opinion that, hey, you released a game, let people play it, let people show other people them playing it, you know.
Right.
I'm also very weird when it comes to copyrights in general, because I figured, you know, intellectual property isn't property. It's something that you're trying to share with other people. So you shouldn't, I understand getting paid for it and saying, okay, this is something that I created. I worked very hard on this. But I don't like the idea of copyrighting it so that no one can use it for other means, you know, to build off of that platform.
Yeah.
That you've built. If that makes much sense.
No, I agree with that. I thought it was dumb that they were doing that, and I thought that that's been done for years now.
I don't know if it has been. I'm still harboring the resentment from back in, I think, 2013, 14.
That sounds about right.
Doing that.
Yeah.
Mainly because it started affecting a lot of my favorite YouTubers at the time.
Even the people that it weren't affecting, that it wasn't affecting, jeez. Do I even grammar? They made jokes about it. Whenever they mentioned say the GameCube, they would intentionally fuck up the name and they'd be like, don't want to get copyright stricken.
It's the game dodecahedron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the video box.
It's the video box.
The video box.
Guys,
that's a little too close to Redbox.
True.
But don't want to get Redbox copyright, am I right?
Nah.
What are they gonna do? Call the Blockbuster police on us?
Yo, that's a sore subject, man. Blockbuster was my shit, and they went and fucked it up by not staying in business.
Yeah.
I'm still hurting from that one, dude.
Whatever happened to Blockbuster?
Netflix, Redbox. That's what happened to it.
Really?
Yeah. Blockbuster was like, hey, we're going to stay in store format, which is highly outdated for people that are trying to now stream shit to their TV or to their computers or whatever it was.
Yeah, but I don't think Redbox streams.
No, Redbox doesn't stream, but they take away from that, hey, I want to have a physical disc type people. So
yeah.
you take away the people that are like, hey, I want to have a physical disc. You don't have anybody coming into your store anymore. You know.
True.
But I'm
especially considering Redbox is a little more convenient just because it can be anywhere.
Yeah. There's
clearly one in the local grocery store.
Yeah, dude, it's great. But no, I think that Redbox is also cheaper than what Blockbuster was charging for their rent.
Hmm.
So, I mean, when you can streamline a product to be within just a box or a machine of some sort, it definitely makes it much cheaper to be okay, well, we can have our price for this movie be XYZ, you know, and you don't have to pay the overhead, you don't have to pay, you know, employees and shit like that.
Yeah.
So.
Now with Blockbuster, I'm sure we went there, but I don't remember it because I was very young when Blockbuster went out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess not much younger than you, but still.
Yeah.
They rented video games.
They did.
Right?
They did rent
Which
video
is something that Redbox doesn't do, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's where GameFly came in because GameFly does that whole you can rent shit and it'll be sent to your front door. And that's one of the things that also killed them. They weren't able to pick up on the fact that GameFly was going to be such a big thing.
Right.
And then by the time they realized it, GameFly had already bought the rights to using Blake Griffin as one of their sponsors. And as soon as that shit happened, because of Blake Griffin was all over the place, they lost either all of their gamers who were into sports games, which were pretty much the only people that would go to a Blockbuster, or they just lost the entire video game fan base at that point, because it was just like, oh shit, they got a celebrity. Obviously GameFly is doing something right.
Yeah. Is GameFly still big, or...?
Nah, not really. They still exist, but Steam's destroying them. Because, obviously it's fucking Steam.
Right, but, I feel like renting games, is that just a thing of the past at this point?
To a certain extent. You do have, PlayStation Plus. You can rent games and shit like that.
Right.
Xbox Live has... Or not. Is it Xbox Live still with the one?
I think it's still Xbox Live.
Whatever it is, you can also rent games there. So, it's still a thing, but you don't go to outside companies anymore. You just go straight from your console to, the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Live Store.
Yeah.
So, it's not nearly as necessary to go to a store like GameFly for that kind of thing.
Makes sense. Mm-hmm. What surprises me is that, so... The only really, video game chain that I can think of, video game store chain that I can think of, is GameStop.
Yeah.
So, a couple things with that. It's weird they don't really have much competition, at least nationwide.
Right.
And also that, they're still doing somewhat well. Considering, all these online options and I'm struggling with what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, and I think the reason why they're doing decently, even though they are going out of business, in certain places, they are closing down a lot of stores because they don't have nearly as much as they used to. But the thing that will keep them in business if they continue down this path, at least, is the video game merchandise that they sell. So they have, the backpacks, the posters, and all that shit in their
and let's not forget those Funko Pops. I hate those.
Really?
They don't look good, in my opinion.
I liked them, dude. I don't really like them too much anymore because I think they're like the Amiibo. They were just a fad that I was like, oh, that's pretty neat, and then I got tired of them.
Yeah. But
I've also never really been a collectible guy, so I just never was going to get on that bandwagon in the first place. Mm-hmm. But I saw the appeal to them. I definitely did.
Yeah.
But no, those things, the backpacks and all that you see, they even have really good collection figures as well sometimes. You have to find the right store. There's one in just outside of SU, I think, the Fruitland one.
Yeah.
I think that has some of those collectibles.
I think I haven't been there at all. The only times I wanted to go there was already closed.
I wanted to return something, but it's probably been about a month and a half since I bought that thing, so I don't think I can return it. Plus, it's GameStop, so I'd only get $1.99 for it or whatever, and I paid $13 for this cable that doesn't actually work.
What kind of cable?
So I thought that it was a PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 controller cable, one that you can plug into your DualShock.
Oh, right, I remember that. Yeah.
I can't, because I think it's a DualShock 3. Why they had it on the same side as the DualShock 4, the PlayStation 4 accessories, I will never know. But
I don't know. Some stores, I've noticed, not all of them, but some specific GameStops have really weird setups, as to how they organize everything.
Yeah, I really like the one in the mall in Salisbury.
Yes, that one's good.
One's built well.
And I think that the one in West O is pretty good.
It's okay. I don't like because
there's a system to it.
There is a system to it, and it works. But because it's opposite the one from the mall, which is the one that I normally go to,
right? It's
everything's on the right side instead of on the left side this time.
It's Bizarro GameStop.
Exactly, it's so weird, dude. But it also, for some reason, the one in West O has a normal game store feel, if that makes any sense. When you go into the places that sell board games and dice games and all that. It has that sort of feel to it when you go in. The Westo one for me.
I don't really know. I've only been in one of those kind of like regular game, as you put it, stores one time.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Yeah, you need to check them out. I think you would like them.
There aren't really many here. I know there's a few in Salisbury, but
there's like 2 in Salisbury. You've got 1 in, maybe 2 in Rehoboth Beach. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of them. This area is not known for, appealing to gamers. We appeal to the lax bros.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I wish GameStop had, and they only so I don't know how good the sales of like Xbox 360, PS3, Wii games are. I buy Wii games, I know that.
Yeah.
I buy tons of shitty, cheap Wii games to play on this channel.
Right.
But
Garfield!
we haven't even scratched the surface of what I own.
No, I'm sure we haven't, dude.
I bought so many crappy games.
I'm excited and also scared. So
we're just gonna have a day in our apartment next year where we just go through like 10 of them.
Dude, okay, I'm ready for this.
There's one that's literally just crossword puzzles.
Dude, I want to play a crossword puzzle video game. That sounds like so much fun.
But yeah, going back to my point, I don't know how the sales of those are, but in my opinion, I would really like if GameStop, and it might even help their sales, if they had a little bit more of like even older stuff, like kind of retro stuff, like some older consoles, such as like, not even going back to like NES or anything like that, but like, let's say like they have some N64s, a GameCube or 2, and they offer those kind of games for like original Xbox, PS1 and 2, N64 and GameCube, as I said. Some Sega consoles.
They do to some extent, not those type of consoles, but that's where they have the. I don't think they have Game Boy Advance stuff anymore, but they have like the original DS games off to the side. At least the one in the mall in Salisbury does.
Gotcha. I haven't noticed that in the one in Westo, but I haven't really looked at DS stuff.
Right. But no, for a while there, I believe it was probably about mid PlayStation 3 era, they were selling PlayStation 2 games still as well. So they do it to some extent. But I've
noticed they go back one generation, or in the case of Nintendo, because it's weird because while everyone else did a half generation, Nintendo just went a full new generation console.
Yeah. Which
is like gens are now becoming less of a thing because one of the major players is no longer playing by the same gen rules.
Yeah. I mean, I still consider the Wii U to be it's part of the Wii generation, in my opinion. But
no, I consider it to be a terrible, terrible competitor to the PS4 and Xbox One.
Really? Okay.
I do. I really do.
I still think, even though it was released around the same time as they are, I still think that it was really just trying to compete with the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 3, PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. But yeah, that is a little weird one. No, I think the reason why they don't do that is because they're already so understocked as it is with modern games. I can only imagine how the streamlined, like really small, compact stores they have, how those would be able to fit in, as you said, NES, GameCube, and 64, those type of games as well.
Maybe it would have to be like it wouldn't be in the storefront, but it'd be like in the back, and like you could special request, like you could. I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying doesn't make sense, and what I'm really looking for instead is just like a retro game shop, which doesn't exist around here.
Yeah. Or if it exists, it's really fucking hidden.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I haven't found one.
Right. Though you can find some at the Laurel Flea Market. Which is...
Maybe I'll head over there sometime.
They're expensive as fuck, but best of luck to you. Because there's... Sorry.
The perk of physical with that type of stuff is you don't necessarily have to deal with the upcharging that people like to do online.
True.
Like... Okay, so on the bottom of my GameCube, have you ever noticed the black thing?
Yeah, the like stand.
Yeah, that's the Game Boy player. What I don't have is the Game Boy Player disc that you need to run the Game Boy Player. Do you want to know how much the disc specifically costs?
Probably somewhere in the $100 range.
Yeah, over $70 the last time I checked.
Oh shit! Okay, so it's a bit cheaper than I thought it was.
Yeah, well, some people were offering it for $200, so you were right there.
That sounds about right.
The actual player, $10, $20.
Just the disc is going to cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally found listings for both that were less than just the disc.
That's hilarious. I'm very happy that there are people like that.
Yeah,
still,
I mean, it's like, what are you thinking? That's why, even though I want to, I haven't gotten one yet. I haven't gotten the disc yet because I'm not paying that much. No. Not right now.
First of all, you don't need it, and second off, no.
Yeah, the only reason we need it is to play like Game Boy games for the channel.
Right, or we could just emulate.
Which, I mean, but
if we're gonna play a Game Boy game for the channel, I'd rather emulate it and then just buy the cartridge itself, so that I can say, listen, I'm emulating this because it's easier for me to record. I own the game. I paid for the fucking game.
Right. Isn't that the reason that emulators are still quote unquote legal?
That's part of the reason. Yes.
It's because you're only supposed to use ROMs of games if you own the game.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. There's other reasons as well, and I was going to explain one, but I think that the reason that I was going to explain was the exact same thing that you just explained.
Oh, okay.
So, but there are other reasons for it being legal. That's probably the major one, though.
Yeah. But going back 3 points now, because we got really sidetracked.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I would really like to have a physical place where I could buy older stuff, and my thought with GameStop, even though it wouldn't really fit in their current design of how they design the stores, at least around here, maybe they could have it in the back with all their extra stuff, they have extra consoles back there. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure they actually had a PS2 back there one time that my friend bought.
That's possible, yeah.
So they could just have some stuff lying around back there that they get every once in a while, and have it back there, and if you want something, you can be like, hey, do you have an original Xbox? Or do you have any GameCube games? And then they can tell you whether or not they do.
Yeah, what they should do, since, they already underpay you for shit that you return anyway, they should allow you to return shit like that you just don't want or don't need. That way, instead of having to sell it at a yard sale or sell it on eBay and not know what you're doing, you can give it to them. They'll probably stiff you, but at least you're getting rid of the shit from your house that you don't want.
Yeah.
And then they keep it in store and have a sign that says, ask our employees or ask the register about
older consoles and
retro
games.
Consoles and games.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah.
Because I have quite a few GameCube games, so I could say, give them away, and if for whatever reason, because trust me, no one's going to, someone wants Finding Nemo for the Nintendo GameCube, they'll have it because I sold it to them.
Or it could just be like that, I think it was a Reddit post, where somebody asked for COD, and you said, do you mean Finding Nemo? Yeah, that sounds like a kid's game. And they just sell them that instead. But
have you ever played Finding Nemo for the GameCube, PS2, and possibly original Xbox?
I haven't played Finding Nemo for any of those consoles. No.
Well, buddy, when we live together, I'm not even necessarily going to be in the session, but I want you to play it because it is really something.
I don't know if I still have it, but I used to have a SeaWorld game where you got to play Shamu.
Shamu's Deep Sea Adventure.
I think that's what it was.
Oh my god.
That game. It gave me cancer.
It was so bad. I don't even own it. I've just seen it.
Nah, I owned it. I don't know if I still do or if I gave it away or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But I owned it at one point. I also owned it was another SpongeBob PlayStation 2 game. I don't remember what it was. That I wanted
Battle for Bikini Bottom?
It might have been. But I wanted to do that for the channel as well. If I still had it.
And then there was one for the SpongeBob movie. I have 2 SpongeBob games that would be that same generation, so maybe one of them is it.
We're gonna have a fucking SpongeBob series.
Yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom was actually a good game.
Okay.
So,
Well, I'm looking forward to it then. Honestly, the best part about the game was the typing one that they made. That game was fucking amazing.
Big Facts? Yeah, I agree. I loved that one. Do you think we should split this up a little so it's not just 2 hours of one video?
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
All right, let's do half-hour segments. Tune in a couple days or whatever. We'll be talking more about things and stuff.
Yeah.
Over Cuphead. I hope you like this boss battle that's going on. Probably. I
don't fucking know what's happening.
Maybe we'll win this time, or not.
Maybe we just won and we don't know.
Yeah, maybe we're literally just standing still on the map screen, or maybe you're adjusting your controls for the 10th time.
That's also possible. Whatever the case, find out next time
On Game Squad.